Okay, there is a cheat code to see the definition of the employee. You can select the table name, or you can place the cursor on a table name, and you can click on Alt F1, which is an help, which will provide. I think so. Selection is mandatory, showing all the tables. So you can select the table name and click on Alt F1, which will show the list of columns and little bit on the identity and the constraints that are being there on the table. Yeah, it will fetch the table definition. Okay, what else we can do? We can drop this table. We can insert some data into this table. Insert into employee. There are various ways of insertions. The basic way is like using the syntax values. And yeah, again, like if you're not mentioning the column names here, you need to provide values for all the columns. If you want to uh, uh, if you want to pass data only for specific columns and ignore the nullable columns, then you can mention the column names. We will see both the syntaxes here. I'm not mentioning anything here. That means, so when we say identity, we will discuss on what is identity. When it comes to the RDBMS keys, we'll have two types of keys. Like we'll have a natural key and we'll have a surrogate key. So yeah, we'll deep dive into those keys, and then you will understand what is this identity. In general, what does identity do is like it will increment. It will start from one, the number one, the integer one, and it will increment by one. So you need not pass value to this identity column. Why? Because it is auto-generated column, which is a primary key, and which is an int column. So that's the reason I was not passing some value to it. If I do pass, it will fail for sure. We can also see that, but initially we'll see the success scenario. I will say. So we do have three columns, right? Date and date. Function. So I'm executing what the hell. Oh yeah, we did miss while creating the employee table graphically. We haven't mentioned this column as identity. That is the reason it is expecting a value for identity as well. So right now I will pass on the value. You can see there's no identity on this column in the definition as well. So yeah, later definition. Now the row is affected. We can select the data from employee and see where it is being inserted successfully. See, it has been inserted successfully. So right now here the created datetime is a nullable column. Okay. By default, while creating the table, if you don't mention anything here, it will treat as not a nullable column. If you don't want to have that column as nullable, you need to explicitly mention not. For the first column, if you mention it is a primary key should always be not null. So you no need to mention it not null explicitly. Okay. So right now, this created datetime is nullable, right? So I will skip the value for the datetime, and for to do that, I need to mention the column names. So employee ID, employee name. Okay. So as it is a primary key, it is stating that the value can't be duplicated. So see, the second row is inserted with a null. Why? Because I haven't passed any value for the third column. We can also see in a simple example for update. Yes, we have same name there. I will update the name, update employee, set employee name, ID. Because having little sore throat today. Please bear me. Just to see, there's been that's it. Okay, there are multiple ways that we do. We can perform insertion using the select also. Uh, that is one other way that we can do. Right now, it might be a little bit way too much. We have crossed here. So, shall we conclude here? Do you want to go through any concept?
Yeah.
Do anyone has any curiosity in any of the concepts?
Not about the subject, like how many hours the session and the topics which you covered, like will you be giving any like more examples on the concept?
Yeah, it might take 10 to 12 sessions to complete the whole course. Based on the pace again, I uh, I will be running on little bit fast pace, but I can slow down my pace if you are not able to catch it up. That's totally fine to me. Uh, Based on that, the number of sessions might get increased.
Dinesh, will you cover joints deeply?
Yes, I will.
Because but because
Yeah,
the main, if you see any areas, if you go and work any area, see, so it will be main joints, right? And all the when you are working in a cloud area, when you work on any
true,
areas, like you'll
true.
use joints and a little bit of
Yeah, yeah.
that's why
Yeah,
it can
we
stress.
can't expect a relational database without joins. So I haven't explicitly called out why, because we have the select, right. I treat like all these joins, order by, do by, all these things fall under select. That is the reason I haven't explicitly called out anywhere. But for sure, I agree, like it's the most important concept. Why? Because in a truly normalized database, the tables will be split into the data will be split into multiple tables. So to get those data, we can't get those data without performing joins.
Yes,
So for sure, I'll be calling joins.
in
Like
will
how about store procs?
Yeah, store blocks.
You need
Yeah,
like
I
big
have.
detail, some complexity store procs. You need to learn some complex, not like basic one which we use in
Yeah,
real time.
yeah, we can have some transactions in the store blocks implemented. We can play with some temporary tables. We can play with some magical tables. We can do a lot of stuff in the store blocks. I extensively use store procedures. Other than SQL, I do have multiple skill set, but yeah, my primary skill is SQL, and I have written a lot of store procedures, n number of store procedures. I've done extensive development of SQL using store.
so will it possible to finish all in 13 sessions?
I would say like 10 to 12 sessions. Yeah. Mm, Firstly, yeah, we need to spend couple sessions on theory to understand the designing concepts. If you're, yeah, firstly, I need to ask a couple questions to you. Like, what is your existing SQL expertise, and what is the purpose of your of your learning the SQL?
I mean, if you see different areas we worked in, so assume it myself has worked on mainframe area, but
I
there,
see.
right, the area which we use the SQL is very limited. DB2 we use it there, right? So the
I see.
concept we know how to create, how to insert it, how to delete, how to update, and all that one. So, but the which we use in the SQL Server area, we will not use CTE, will not use much level of index and all those. And even the same way of the Purnima also have the same kind of experience. So she's working on the mainframe area, but she's looking for SQL Server. And so,
I
and
see.
other can say the Sridhar is um is completely, I can say it's a